If our life is seen as the growth of a tree, our life ceremonies are just like the rings of a tree. When a child is born, the seed of life sprouts from the earth, and the first ring comes into being in our life tree, which brings so much hope and happiness. In this section, we are going to introduce the rituals that mark the initial phase of our life, the birth ceremony of Chinese people. For thousands of years, Chinese people have embraced the belief that the more kids, the more happiness in the family. We express our love and wishes to the newborn through a sequence of ceremonies. The first ceremony after childbirth is 报喜, which means informing people of the good news. In ancient China, when the mother gives birth to a baby, the father should inform his wife's parents, other relatives, and friends of the good news as soon as possible. If it is a baby boy, a bow will be hung on the left side of the front door. If it is a girl, a pay handkerchief will be hung on the right side of the door. The pay handkerchief is an ancient handkerchief, which is thin and long and worn by women on the left waist. Therefore, it is taken as a symbol of femininity. Later on, we also used other devices to distinguish between baby boys and girls, like Chinese writing brushes and handkerchiefs, roosters and hens, meat and white spirits, red rope and red silk. Besides, in the west of Hunan province, ethnic minorities called 新房洞 always tell the gender difference by putting chilies or red flowers into a flagon. With the development of technology, people tend to spread the news directly by making phone calls and posting in social media apps. Some foreigners might have the assumption that Chinese people prefer sons to daughters, because in Chinese tradition, only sons can inherit the family name and property. This phenomenon has existed for a long time in Chinese history, and even today, it keeps influencing people's mind. However, more and more Chinese people now hold the belief of gender equality, and it has become a widespread belief for people living in cities. The second ritual following the childbirth is 洗三. In Chinese, 洗 means wash, and 三 means 3. So 洗三 literally means 3 days after baby is born, the grandparents or the midwife will bathe the baby in water boiled with mugwort, thereby getting rid of bad luck so that the kid can grow healthily. However, as more and more people choose to deliver in the hospital, this bathing ritual presided by the midwife faded away. But in many places in China, the tradition of bathing the baby and the new mom with water boiled with mugwort remains because of mugwort's anti-inflammatory effects. 1 month after the baby is born, here comes our third ceremony, 满月, meaning that the baby has passed the first month in his or her life. The most important thing on that day is to hold a feast. Relatives and friends are invited, and the host family will give guests eggs that are painted in red in return for their wishes and gifts. In the past, the newborn baby would be fed with noodles. That is because noodles are long and thin, which sounds similar to Chinese word 长寿, meaning longevity. Yet, this custom is less popular today because modern medicine suggests 1-month-old babies should only have milk. Moreover, people who attended the banquet used to send gifts back then, whereas today they give red envelopes instead. In addition, some families retain the tradition of cutting the baby's hair on that day, the haircut being well kept and made into a writing brush. The fourth ceremony will be on the day when the baby is exactly 100 days old. The reasons are that back then the medical treatment was so poor that babies hardly live longer than 100 days, which made that day a remarkable turning point in babies' lives. Also, in Chinese culture, 100 implies affection. Therefore, the 100th day after birth is well worth celebrating. The ceremony includes the babies wearing special clothes and auspicious accessories and eating luck cakes. The special clothes are really a creative work if you know how it is made. People ask for some rags from their relatives and friends, and then piece together odds and ends of cloth and make a new article of clothing. In this way, the baby is believed to have received the best wishes from all the people. Since these special clothes should be handmade, and less people are able to do it, today it is getting out of sight. And the auspicious accessories are actually lock-like metal necklaces, which is meant to keep the health in lock so that the baby will live a long, happy life. Besides, the luck cakes are more common in northern China. The fifth and also the last of the ceremony will be on the first birthday of the baby. When the baby is 1 year old, we have a ceremony called 抓周, in which the baby is going to randomly pick up one of the items that are spread in front of him or her. And this item that is chosen by the baby serves as a prediction of the baby's future job and interests. For example, a book matches to a writer, an abacus to a businessman, a wooden hammer to a lawyer, a gourd to a doctor, a ruler to an engineer, and a flute to a musician. And people living in the countryside, compared to those in the city, are more likely to send the baby a pair of tiger head shoes as a birthday gift, hoping that the tiger will protect the baby. Let's have a brief review. In this section, we introduced a sequence of birth ceremonies in China. The birth ceremony starts after the baby is born, and it does not come to an end until the first birthday of the baby. Today, many rituals have been simplified and disappeared, while the 1 month after birth celebration, the 100th day ceremony, and the first birthday remain valued by people. This is the end of this section. Thank you for watching.